Hello and welcome to Backstage with Gig Performer. My name is Brett Pontecorvo, and we are here every Thursday chatting with professionals from various areas of professional musicianship about how they use Gig Performer. That ranges from guitarists to keyboard players to front of house engineers and way more than that. We really see people doing all sorts of things with Gig Performer. And so we love to talk about them so we can help folks like you who are trying to improve their live performance or at least learn how to use the software, understand real world use cases so they can see how the pros are doing it themselves. If you're watching right now, do go ahead and let us know. Leave a comment and tell us where you are tuning in from. We've got GKJU7UX, which they made that username just so that I'd have to read it slowly, I think. But we're so happy you're here. Thank you for watching. We've also got Nemanja in the stream, who's originally the person that connected me with Karl today. So that's awesome. We've got Synth Tom. Greetings from Rockland, Richmond, VA. Love it. Thanks for being here, Synth Tom. We appreciate you. As the title of the stream suggests, you may know that today we are unbelievably excited to be interviewing Karl Sanders, who is the guitarist and one of the founding members of Nile. They're a death metal band that's been playing since 1993. So these guys are the real deal. They have been around for a long time. And if you've listened to any of their music, it is powerful and it is fast. My goodness, some of it is so fast, which is also super impressive. So we're going to talk about everything today, from guitars to guitar effects to Gig Performer effects to fly dates and the evolution of the live rig. I think it's going to be a really special time. Now, do know that as we're talking, I am monitoring all of your comments live. So if you would like to get your questions answered by Karl directly, pop those in the chat. I will pull them up and we can talk about them in real time. Karl is a wealth of knowledge about a whole heck of a lot of guitar tune things. So we definitely would love to have those questions answered live. All right, so without further ado, I would love to welcome to Backstage with Gig Performer today's special guest, Karl Sanders. Karl, welcome to Backstage.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good, man. It's going good. I appreciate you being here with us. We're going to have a good time.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So for folks who maybe don't understand what it is you do, what does it mean to be in the band Nile? What is like your job actually? Like, what do you do?
Well, sometimes I say that we don't get paid for playing music, we get paid for traveling.
Ah,
But, all joking aside, we're a metal band.
Yep.
We play very extreme form of metal. Uh, yeah, and trying to make a living out of it means a lot of tour dates, a lot of grinding it out, a lot of working ethic.
Absolutely. How did you end up becoming somebody who loved metal? Like, when was the first time you heard it and you were like, I like this so much that this is what I'm going to do? When did that happen for you?
I was a teenager.
Okay.
I was a teenager and grew up listening to all the early greats: Sabbath, Zeppelin,
Yep.
Cream. And my path was ruined at an early age.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. It is sort of like, when I chat with musicians and I'm kind of asking like, what was the origin story there? It's always like, I was a kid and I just knew it at that point. And obviously you've had to do a lot of work. You're a guitarist, but you're also a vocalist. When people ask you if you're a guitarist or a vocalist, maybe that doesn't ever happen, but where do you feel like the most comfortable? Like, where does your identity really sit? Is it on the instrument or is it singing?
Yeah, I'm a guitar player. I only learned to sing because at the time, no one in our band knew how to do the death metal vocals, the super low, deep growling thing. I looked around the room and realized, well, if I want to hear these vocals, I guess I got to learn to do them.
How do you go about training for death metal vocals? Do you just listen to a lot of
Well,
death metal and cross your fingers, or
you're not far off.
okay?
Nowadays, in the age of YouTube,
Yeah.
you can go to the YouTube University
Yep.
and learn anything it is you want to
Yep.
learn. But back when we were coming up, in the early '90s, I had a third shift job,
Okay.
and since I was supervisor,
Mm-hmm.
no one could tell me what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I would bring my boombox and play death metal
Mm-hmm.
all night,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and just sing along with it.
Got it.
And after about 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
figured out how to do it, and it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no turning back after
Yeah.
that.
I love that, man. That's really cool. I'm like, I have so many of these questions. I do want to talk about, kind of the genesis of your sound. That's probably strong, but you didn't always have Gig Performer, and you certainly didn't always have a computer capable of doing what Gig Performer does, especially starting in the early 90s. In the 90s, when you're playing, what does your original rig look like? What amps are you using? What pedals? How are you getting your sound in the before age of computers?
And in the prehistoric days,
Yes, yes.
it's like a lot of other metal guys.
Mm-hmm.
Boss Overdrive,
Yep.
Marshall Head, Marshall Cabinets, um, and then I had a second head,
Mm-hmm.
which I would kick on just for leads.
Mm-hmm.
That I would run. Uh, at that time, it was an Alesis Quadriverb.
Okay.
It was one of the first multi-effects units that was, practical for using in a live guitar rig.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, I had a Lexicon unit,
Mm-hmm.
a TC Electronics unit.
Okay.
There's always some kind of multi-effects, early primitive digital multi-effects in a single rack space.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep. And it got the job
but
done.
it got the job done, and really, what all do you need? Because it's pretty much a standard guitar path: a guitar,
Mm-hmm.
overdrive box,
Mm-hmm.
Marshall head.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I've been playing since I was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not giving that up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I I couldn't give it up even if I wanted to. Like when I try to play through digital modeling gear,
Mm-hmm.
it just doesn't feel the same
Mm-hmm.
as a good old fashioned tube amp.
Yep. Yep. And it's interesting also to even hear you say that as somebody who has not just in the gig performer realm, but even within your project Nile, very much embraced the use of technology and
Mm-hmm.
even virtual effects, which we'll talk more about. But for me, because I'm a keyboard player, and it actually took me a long time to understand this, so I assume there are probably people also watching who don't get it. Can you explain clearly the difference between an amp and a cabinet?
Oh, well, the cabinet has the speakers in it,
Mm-hmm.
and they call it a cabinet
Mm-hmm.
because it's kind of like an old fashioned cabinet holding some speakers.
Yep.
It's a cab.
Yep. Yep.
Right? And the head,
Mm-hmm.
the amp, is the electronics. In my case, I love tube amps. It uses tubes and it powers the speakers.
Got it. Got it. And what's the split between your pedals and your amp in terms of how your sound is shaped?
Ooh, well, it's pretty simple signal path.
Mm-hmm.
It comes out of the guitar
Yep.
into an overdrive
Yep.
and then straight into the front of the head.
Got it. Got it. So
And that's where you get your crunchy
yes.
guitar tone.
Yes.
It's the best way to do it
Mm-hmm.
because it preserves the tone, and it's pleasing to listen to,
Mm-hmm.
and it feels good.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me. Okay. So we've now arrived at a place, and you had kind of shared this with me. I was asking you earlier, I was like, man, when did you say to your band, hey guys, I'm going to bring a laptop with me? And I was like, what did they think when you were like, I'm going to bring a laptop? And you were like, well, actually, I used to bring 2 laptops. Can we talk a little bit about that rig and what the 2 laptops were doing and why you were using it that way?
Well, the two laptops came from uh, the airlines
Mm-hmm.
because before the laptops,
Mm-hmm.
I had this huge refrigerator, like it was a desktop PC mounted in a big rack, and it even had a CRT monitor and
Well,
everything
well,
uh, to run all the sequencing
got it.
for the extraneous instruments, horns and
Y-
timpanis
yep.
and eagle choirs and all that stuff.
Yep.
Um, but that became completely unwieldy,
Mm-hmm.
and laptops, like in those days, had just gotten enough power to really do, audio,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you know, portable kind of thing.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, instead of hauling around this big desktop, you just get a laptop and I'll run one for the sequencing and I'll run effects with the other.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Nice. And so at that point in time, you're running effects with the other one. How are you doing that?
Ooh, well, in every tube head made, in the last 20 something years, there's an effects loop
Yep.
where it comes just before the power amp. It sends it out. You can go to your effects unit, and then it returns in the back of the
Yep.
head, and then fires. Yes, exactly. Effects loop.
Got it.
Um,
Got
and
it.
that's a magic portal
Mm-hmm.
right
Yes.
there, where all kinds of incredible things can happen.
Yep.
That's where I've got essentially my laptop inserted
Mm-hmm.
right here in the effects loop, functioning as a glorified multi effects unit.
Yep. Yep.
So I'm getting, the best of both worlds. I've got like, a normal straight up guitar, old fashioned tube amp kind of sound, but I'm incorporating some modern ease and portability. And let's face it, VST effects, they sound amazing these days.
They sound amazing.
So,
Yep.
mhm.
And how are you hosting your sounds before Gig Performer in a laptop?
Ooh, uh, inside of Cakewalk
Cakewalk.
on
Wow.
Ascend, and it was awful.
Wow.
It was awful. Yeah.
Um. Okay. Cake. This is the first time I've interviewed a lot of folks. A lot of folks. This is the first time anyone has ever answered Cakewalk. Um. So that's pretty cool. So Cakewalk's typical DAW workflow, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you basically were using the send of your amp to access the send of a channel strip.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's insane.
Cool. Cool.
Um,
But you were an early
but
adopter. You saw potential.
I did. Uh, especially Cakewalk had a playlist
Okay.
where you could load up all your songs and step through them in order, uh, which was super convenient because you could load up different stuff
Mm-hmm.
in each song, and as you step through your set,
Yep, there
it
was.
loaded whatever you needed for you.
There it was. Wow. So it had some, I guess albeit early days primitive, but they were thinking ahead. They were like, people might want to do
Yes.
this, which
Mm-hmm.
is really cool. And at that point, well, okay, let's back up. I think we should talk about how it all connects and then jump over to Gig Performer. Can we? I know right
Okay.
now I have this amp picture up on the screen. Can we talk through the like live hardware up to the point
Okay.
where we can then jump over into Gig Performer? What should I start
Sure.
with? What do you want me to put up on the screen first?
The Maxon ST09 Plus. Yeah.
Was that? Nope.
Nope.
Which one is it?
That's the synergy. We're going to talk about that
Okay,
next.
hold on.
But we're looking for a little green pedal.
Green.
It says Maxon.
I don't see a green one.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Nope.
All essential pieces.
Nope.
Well, maybe for some reason the Maxon didn't make it in.
Let me see.
Okay.
You could talk about it
All
if
right.
you
Well,
want.
back up one, because the next piece after the overdrive
Yep.
is that sound sculpture.
Right here. Got it.
Yes, it's an 8-way analog switching matrix. It's MIDI controllable. It's made by this guy Ken, who sadly passed away. He made brilliant stuff. It's like a nerve center routing center. Routes a lot of stuff that makes things so easy.
Got it.
Um, yeah. So after that, we're going to go into that Synergy preamp.
So, sorry, just to confirm, by the way, it is totally user error. I see the max on pedal, but I don't know that I can actually get it onto the screen right now. It's a super tube. It's a tube drive.
Yeah, it's the Tube Screamer with an extra knob on it.
And what does the
Um,
extra knob give you the ability to do?
to fine tune the mid range.
Okay.
Um,
And does
yeah,
that matter
it's
more in death metal than it would in other genres? The mids or
for death metal especially, it's so much is focused on the guitar tone.
mm-hmm.
Uh, that yeah, having that little ability to fine tune the mids
Mm-hmm.
is a make or break kind of thing,
Ye-
especially if you're traveling and you often have to play through whatever amp they give you wherever it is you you might be.
right.
Like, you know,
Yep.
uh, so yeah, having the ability to tweak right there on the fly with the twist of a knob,
It matters.
it's a lifesaver.
Now this sound sculpture gives you the ability to change where your audio is going. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's an 8x8 matrix that its control app looks surprisingly like the wiring screen in Gig Performer. You
Yep.
draw little lines,
Yep.
make the connections that you want for each MIDI patch,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty hip.
Okay.
It lets me do a lot of things that make routing really simple.
Got it. Okay. Why does the routing matter, Karl?
It does, especially with the guitar tone.
Yep.
What order you put things in greatly affects how the amp
I
reacts.
see.
Especially tube amps.
Mm-hmm.
You play them for the warmth and the feel, um, but they got a lot of color.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you put stuff in the wrong order, you can really make your life harder.
Got it. Got it. And so this gives you the ability to change the order.
Yes, exactly.
Which then,
Exactly.
Okay, cool. What should we look at next here, Karl?
The Synergy preamp. It's one space rack unit.
One space rack unit. This.
Yes.
All right. So there are no modules included with this one, I don't think. But what? All right. Low hanging fruit, Karl. What does this do?
Well, this is the preamp section of an amp put in modular form.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to be sending the signal to Gig Performer
Mm-hmm.
after the preamp.
Got it.
So it's doing most of the color right here before it returns to the power amp.
Got it.
So this is a great unit. Allows a lot of versatility. Yeah,
got it.
And
unit. For non-guitar players, what is a preamp and why does it matter?
It shapes the sound.
Got it.
Like the power amp is the raw power. It does the big heavy lifting.
Yep.
But the preamp shapes the tone, like on your hi-fi stereo, where you turn the bass and the treble and the mids. Mm-hmm. Well,
yep,
that's what this does.
Yep. I had a revelation the other day. I teach a lot of music lessons, and I was chatting with a student who's just having some trouble with ear training, and I was like, had this moment where I was like, you can't hear the bass. And they were like, what do you mean? And I'm like, when I was learning by ear growing up, I practiced on a boombox. And I could hear the bass because I was listening on speakers. Mm-hmm. But if you're practicing on an iPhone,
you don't hear the bass.
You don't hear the bass.
You're missing like all those bottom octaves.
Yeah, you don't hear it. Anyway, when you said hi-fi stereo, I was like, oh, I have students that don't know what a hi-fi stereo is. They have no idea. It doesn't exist.
Right. Wow. I'm speaking in outdated language.
No, it's a thing. Honestly, I'm curious to see, I have some older students. I'm like, how do they perceive things? Because they're working with a different set of tools.
Right.
So it just affects the way you think about music. It's kind of a wild thing. Anyway, so this shapes your sound, and then you get power from the power amp, which then goes into the cabinet, hits everybody's ears. All right, what's our
Yep.
next piece?
I think we should talk about the Focusrite.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, essential piece of kit
Yep.
because one of the routings from the sound sculpture goes into the front of this
Okay.
Focusrite. We've got one here as well.
Yep.
This thing is built like a tank, metal casing,
Yep.
sounds great. Focusrite, great,
Yep.
great historical company. But for live use, man, this thing will go forever. I've had this one for 10 years of
Wow.
touring.
Wow.
It's generation one,
Wow.
and it's still going strong.
I love it.
Um, so this is my computer interface, which sends things into Gig Performer,
Got it.
where more magic
Yep.
happens.
Yep. So you go straight into the input. And
Hmm.
I'm assuming at this point you're still sending a mono signal. Is that correct?
At this point, it's mono.
Yep.
When it hits Gig Performer, it's going to split into stereo.
Yep. Okay. Cool. All right. What should we look at next?
Okay. There's a little piece called an RJM line mixer.
Got it.
That's the micro mixer. I put that one in there because they don't make the mini line mixer anymore. They make the micro. So if you're looking to replicate what I'm doing, you can buy this one. You can't really buy the one I've got anymore.
Got it.
But the earlier unit, wow.
Yeah.
So if you could find that one. Yes.
Got it.
All right. So this one, you can have uh, 8 different inputs. So if I need to get even crazier, there's more room. Right now, I'm only using 3.
Got it.
A mono guitar and the stereo return from the Focusrite.
Got it.
Yeah, and from here, it goes to the effects return on the back of the spawn head.
Which is this?
Yes.
Got it.
Ding.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's super hip. It even has a loop volume control where
Oh, hey, how about that?
you have yet. Yeah, it's super hip.
Okay.
Yeah, Scott Splon
Mhm.
is a tube-amp genius. I love him. Appreciate his work.
Wow. Awesome. And then I guess this is the front of the amp for folks who want to see it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool. And then I guess this goes into your cabinet, which I don't have a picture of, but you use Marshall.
Correct.
Marshall cabinets.
Yeah, we've all seen a Marshall cabinet.
Yep.
We know what they look like.
I love it. So you actually enlightened me during our last conversation about the use of effects when you're playing lead lines. But I never asked you, so I guess I'm asking you now. Is it only when you're playing lines that you're using additional effects, or is it always?
No, but on my normal rhythm tone, which is 3/4 of everything you're going to do
Yep.
during the set, it's dry, very clean. Well, not clean, but there's no additional effects on it. It's just the heavy guitar.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you want it dry, especially music that's high speed.
Yep.
You don't want to muck it up with anything. You just need to hear the guitar in its natural heavy state.
Yep. Got it. But then you switch into lead lines, and I assume this is where Gig Performer comes in?
Yes.
All right.
All my lead patches.
Well.
They all have layers of gooey, fun stuff on them.
Yep.
To help separate them from the dry rhythm tones. That's a wall of sound between the other guitar player, bass player, the drummer going nuts back there. It's a lot.
Yep.
Right. So any little thing that you can do that's a little different just helps it sound different.
Somebody just wrote in, a friend of ours, Dave Bolden, who's been on Backstage and does a lot of stuff. Just wrote in, I love a guitarist's definition of a clean sound,
Right?
which I thought that's too good. Okay, so that to me makes sense because the second you add a reverb, you've added a different texture. So somebody's ear, whether or not they know it, is going to be able to say that is not the same sound as the other guitar player.
Bingo.
There you go.
That's the whole ball game right there.
There you go. All right. Well, then, should we look at Gig Performer?
Sure.
All right. Let's jump in. I'm going to pull up your screen. And okay. So you've just done all of this sending through your hardware. Stuff is moving around. It hits Gig Performer. And now what do you do? Now what happens?
Well, at the moment we're on the kill screen,
Yep.
which is between the songs.
Got it.
It's utterly silent. Nothing is connected. If we were to look at the wiring, nothing is connected.
I'll take it.
Right. So, yeah. Now I got to bring you back. There you are. I can't just talk to my Gig Performer screen. That feels weird.
You could, but it would feel weird.
My bandmates would think, yeah, they think I'm crazy.
It's an upcoming feature. You can host my face inside of Gig Performer 5. It's
dude, there was an older VST like kind of live thing.
Mhm.
I can't remember the name of it. It was very primitive, but one of the things you could do was there was a picture app that would function as VST, so you could put a picture, whatever picture you wanted, on your screen.
All right.
That was a VST.
Very interesting. I love it.
Yeah. Future feature.
Future feature.
So
cool. So this is important. Why does this matter? This particular rack space?
Because guitars, especially high gain guitars and guitar amp rigs, they're noisy.
Yeah.
Right? This is utterly nothing. If I go to my normal rhythm channel and just have it open, it's a lot of hiss.
A lot of hiss.
It's a lot of noise. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, part of playing loud music is you must have the ability to summon some silence.
Some wisdom right there.
Or it's all noise.
Yep.
Right? So, yeah.
Yep.
So that's my kill.
Okay.
Now we're on my normal. I'm going to put your face over here. There you go. We're on the normal Doom channel.
Yep.
Which this is for my rhythms. And there's no effects on it. It's just clean.
Okay.
Like we can see that it's just the straight guitar, no VSTs.
Nice. Okay. And it's just going straight through. And why do you have to do that?
Because there's times when I don't want any effects.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if I don't need them,
yep,
they don't need to be in there.
Yep. Yep.
Right? So that's part of wielding the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Is sometimes you're wielding a weapon and sometimes you're not.
Yep. There you go.
Yep. If I go to this first lead patch, which is my Pazuzu patch.
Mm-hmm.
We can hear all kinds of good things
Yep.
going on. There's Redline brick wall reverb, the Lex Room, and Eventide, and it's gotten a little more complicated now.
Wow.
Right? My mono input is split in parallel to all these different effects, and they end up in this handy dandy mixer.
Nice.
Which is a genius idea to include. There's several sizes. You can have a 4-channel mixer,
yep,
or an 8-channel mixer, or a 16, or a 24, whatever you might need.
Yep.
You got the choice to use it how you want. You can label everything, so I can see, there's the Eventide, there's the Redline, there's the Lex Room, everything else. And over here is the straight guitar.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Now, why did you pick
Yeah.
these VSTs? Lex Room, Red Time. Why these? You know, and there's just such a wealth of VSTs available on the market. So, how did you end up with
Yes.
these? What do you like about them?
Well, the Lex room is very easy to explain.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's lexicon,
Mm-hmm.
uh, famous for their reverbs.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go wrong with lexicon reverb.
Mm-hmm.
I've had several hardware units over the years, so having what in my experience was an expensive hardware unit
Mm-hmm.
right here on my screen in a VST,
Mm-hmm.
sounding exactly how I expect it to sound. That's some sort of gift from the metal gods.
I love it. Cool. When you open the credits of this app, do you see "Gift from the Metal Gods," or have they censored that because they want to keep it a secret?
No, it came with a big ribbon in my inbox.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Now,
Yeah.
how much reverb in a metal context is too much reverb?
Well, this depends on who you ask.
Okay.
If you ask the sound man, he'll argue all day and say, Carl, this room is plenty big. You don't need any reverb.
Yep.
But no, because I have to hear it on
Right.
stage, right? I can't hear that room when I'm on stage.
Right.
All I hear is, the blast from the drummer
Mm-hmm.
and a wall of marshals and, three singers screaming at me.
Yep.
So I need to hear it too.
Got it.
So,
Yep.
I like it to sound, nice to listen to. It just makes the guitar sing
Yep.
when you've got a little bit of space around the notes.
Yep.
Um, yeah.
Okay. And then what about the other two?
Oh, on this Pazuzu
Yep.
patch, the Redline Reverb, Neil Kernan turned me on to this.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an expensive reverb, and I don't know that it's even still made.
Mm-hmm.
This is ancient, but it's got some great sounding rooms in
Mm-hmm.
it.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know that I could live without this little Redline Reverb.
Okay.
It just has a sound to it.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
And then what about your harmonizer?
Well, this is an old-fashioned 910, which ancient device,
Mm-hmm.
but man, it just does something great to a guitar lead.
Okay.
It fattens it. It brings it alive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I love it.
And when I'm looking at the pitch ratio 1.46, what does that mean?
Well, that's 1.46 up and 1.46 down.
Ah,
So you're getting two harmonies
got it.
that are just a little up, just a little down,
Got it.
and it really fattens the tone.
Got it. And is I'm assuming it's not modulating. It's just a straight pitch. There's no adjustments of the pitch. So it's not quite a chorus. It's like a detuner.
Exactly.
Got it.
It's detuned up and detuned down, and it kind of just fattens.
Yep. Okay, that makes a ton of sense. I love it. It's the same type of thing you would do if you were working with like a subtractive synth.
Yes.
Okay. All right, really cool. See, this is fascinating to me because not only are you adding space, but you're also, I mean, in essence, you're duplicating your sound twice
Mm-hmm.
and detuning it.
Yep.
So, in addition to changing the texture, you're also changing the tone just by.
Yes.
Yep, and in a
And
really
that might.
simple way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a radical pitch shift,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just enough to make the guitar lead tone differentiate from the rhythm section.
Yep.
So that you can hear it.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Cool. This is really awesome. I feel like I'm learning about metal. I'm gonna go away a Nile fan today, and we'll see. Okay. What should we look at next?
Well, this Halls of Hell patch.
Okay.
Yeah, I love this one. It's got the Abbey Roads plate in it.
Okay.
which just makes things sing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Still the same stuff. I got the Lex Room and the harmonizer on there still, but the plate reverb just does something really nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful sound. I could see that being used in all different types of music. It's like it sings, it stands out. It's it's gorgeous. Actually, I that's amazing.
No, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
super
Abbey
impressive.
Road's plates.
Okay, and
Good
you,
old fashioned plate reverb.
the other two that are in there were those the same I saw in Eventide,
Hmm.
but what the other two were the same. Do you also have the detuner on that patch?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's go back there. Boing. Yeah, the harmonizer.
Hmm.
Uh, oh, there we go. And the Lex Room.
Okay.
Uh,
And so you just you
yes,
use
for a
those
little
same
bit of
settings because you like them, and then this other reverb here changes. I mean, that's a quite a different sound.
yes. You put it in a different room, you get a whole different experience.
Wow.
It's really easy. Like you can just copy a plugin
Mm-hmm.
and paste it in another patch,
Yep.
so you can have continuity and adjust accordingly.
Yep. Yep. I love it. Okay. Cool. And for folks who are just Nemanja has a question. Bring it up on the screen here. Are there any effects for the vocals?
Well, I'm not running my vocal through my Marshall amp.
Mm-hmm. Right. Makes sense.
So you could use these effects like on a vocalist running their own gig performer,
Mm-hmm.
or if you had enough inputs on your device, uh, you know, run as many paths as you want. Gig performer will let you do it. Um, but mine, I'm just using them for my guitar.
Yep.
You know,
Got it.
yeah.
Got it. Here's another question, which I'll read, but I'll let you answer this one, Karl, because basically, question: do you have to set the effects 100% wet, or does Gig Performer do any delay compensation on the dry path before the audio mixer stage? What's your take on this, Karl?
Well, this is actually a brilliant question, um, because anytime you're going into a laptop and running a VST, there's going to be some latency.
Mm-hmm.
But because my gig performer is only running the effects, the sound sculpture lets me route the dry path totally around the computer. And when I come back in on the RGM line mixer, I'm mixing the dry guitar with the two outputs from the computer. So my straight guitar tone has zero latency on it because it's never gone to digital. It's just the guitar, the tube screamer, the amp pre,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm mixing back in. So it's on a parallel path, not a series path.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to do it as a series path, well, then I would be getting latency on the guitar,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd probably scream and cry and kick like a baby. Um,
Yeah, yeah. We did we did a sort of case study on latency with guitar effects units in Gig Performer
mm-hmm,
with Igor Paspalj, who's been a massive supporter. And he has a song where he plays a lot of stuff really quickly and
mm-hmm,
talked about perceived latency through Gig Performer and how does latency really affect you when you're playing. Um, and it turns out, when he was kind of demonstrating this, he was able to run Gig Performer with a low enough buffer size that he got
mm-hmm.
no perceivable latency. And what I thought was really fascinating was he actually was able to turn his buffer up higher than I thought he would have before
No
he
kidding.
noticed what it was. The whole video is online. It's like 20 minutes long. It's super in depth. Somebody commented, "The only latency I'm experiencing is the difference between the speed of my fingers and your fingers." Which I thought was very funny. But yeah, latency is a huge concern for guitar players because they're always used to, not having a digital anything. But as we've been studying it and understanding, how it exists in the digital realm and also how it exists in space, the naturally occurring latency every time you distance yourself another foot from the amplifier.
It matters.
Yeah, yeah, but you very much can create a world in which you don't perceive the latency in the same way that you would if you were plugging into I don't know, a different multi effects unit of some sort. With some intentionality, it's a totally possible thing. Anyway,
It is.
if you're a guitar player and you're watching this and you want to see like some sciency stuff on latency and how to deal with that as a guitarist, I definitely recommend checking out Igor's video because it's quite compelling. But that's a great question. And in your case, Karl, because of the routing that you're doing, you're not thinking about it at all.
I don't ever have to worry about it. I know
Mhm.
intellectually that
Mhm.
there's not any latency
Yep.
on my direct sound.
Yep.
And if there is a tiny imperceptible amount
Mm-hmm.
on the
Mm-hmm.
effects, that's okay too,
Yep.
because if you were standing in a big room, even standing at the front of the
Mm-hmm.
stage, you'd have a little bit of latency anyway.
Yep.
So it's so negligible that I don't have to worry about it. I don't think about it. I don't waste any processing power
Mm-hmm.
on worrying about it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I love it. Okay. And did we demo this patch already? No, this is a new
This
one.
Cthulhu?
Yeah. What's happening
Yeah,
here?
this is a new one.
Okay.
This is a real fun one.
Okay.
Um, it's got a lot of goo on it. So there's an octave eventide thing going on
Mm-hmm.
here, which is mapped to an expression pedal,
Nice.
which you can see it working
Yep.
here, so that I can bring in the octave at will. Or take it out. Bring it back in.
Yes. Yes. I love it. And so then I always kind of like the moment you have an expression pedal, it's almost like another extension of your instrument. You're really able to interact
Yep.
with it in real time. It's very cool. What foot controller do you like to use for interfacing with gigperformer?
Well, if I'm at home in the States,
Mhm.
I'm using the Mission Engineering EP1.
Okay.
But if I'm flying, I'm using one of these M Audios. Which, if I got enough cable to get on the screen, it's made of plastic, so it weighs nothing.
Yep.
So I can fly with it.
Yep. Yep. Love it. And does that connect into your computer with a USB cable?
No, it connects to my MIDI controller, and the MIDI goes to the front of the Focusrite.
Can you move your mic back?
Yeah.
Got it. Can you move your mic back? I lost so much of your volume. Now I can't hear you. There we go. So you also play a keyboard.
At home,
Mhm.
but live, all the keyboards and vocals and extraneous stuff is on the laptop.
Got it. Got it. I love it. Okay, cool. Should we look at the tombs of Osiris?
Oh yeah, I love the Tombs of Osiris.
All right.
Yeah. It's got a lot of good stuff in here.
Yep.
If I look at the wiring, It's got the Eventide. It's got the Lex Concert Hall, which is like the king daddy of all reverbs. Lex Dual Delay,
Hmm.
and this micro pitch
Okay.
from Eventide. It's
And is that doing a
kind of
similar
like
thing
the.
with the other detuning unit you were using?
It is, but it's got some character of its own that makes it a lot of fun.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. And um, this is just coming to me now, but when you're performing, are you stepping through your songs with your foot pedal, or is that like linked to your tracking system that your patches are changing?
I used to have it linked to the sequences in the song, but uh, then if something goes wrong with the computer running the sequences, then I would be at the mercy of the computer. So they're independent now.
Okay,
Um, just for, you
safety.
got to be able to adjust your guitar
Yep,
and control it in real time.
yep,
Uh, there's
absolutely,
no substitute.
absolutely. Um, okay. I'm noticing that your Lex dual delay, you're only grabbing one side of that output. Is that on purpose?
Oh my God! Look at that. All right, well, let's fix that right now. We're going to click on it and just remove that connection and draw a new one right there. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's save that.
And
Save.
there's also a
Done.
double connection on the harmonizer from the right side on the all the way on the left.
Let's get rid of that one too. Dude, thank you. I didn't even see that.
There you go. Listen. Okay, cool.
Save.
I've just made the
Yay.
sound at your next show way better. Um,
Dude, what would I do without
I don't
you?
know. We have to do one of these before every tour. Um, I love it. Okay, what's going on in Crawling Chaos?
Oh, Crawling Chaos. It's another fun one. Uh, this time, the pedal is assigned to the input gain of the Echo Boy.
Okay.
Right when I step on it, it's turning up the input gain. So that what that means is I can have echo when I want it, and when I don't want it, it's out.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
The Echo Boy
expression pedals.
is so good. I love that VST. Um,
Yeah, sound toys, they rule.
it's one of the great ones. Okay, cool. I want to talk a little bit about just some like general practicalities and things that pro musicians have to just consider.
Mm-hmm.
You've always been somewhat accepting of technology, but you have in the past used virtual effects units. Um,
Mm-hmm.
why did you end up moving your effects onto a laptop? Just practically speaking, how and why did that happen?
Well, this picture's worth 1,000 words.
Yeah. Okay, I'm ready.
This quad cortex unit
Yep.
is, in all reality, it's not that big,
Hmm.
but it's heavy.
Yep.
This, I don't know, it was 12, 13 pounds.
Hmm.
Every ounce matters to the airline company.
Yep.
You get a 23 kilos, and that's it per bag. So every ounce that you spend on some piece of gear is some ounce that you couldn't spend bringing guitar strings, clean socks, whatever.
Yes.
Uh, so since I travel with my laptop anyway,
Hmm.
look at this. This weighs about 4.5 pounds.
Yes.
HP Spectre, slimline kind of thing.
Hmm.
And if I'm just using this as an effects unit,
Hmm.
the difference of weight between this and this not only does it matter to the airline company how much weight I'm trying to bring, but it's also weight that I got to drag around when I make a connecting flight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, just for practicality's sake, if I can do everything I need to do with this laptop and Gig Performer
Mm-hmm.
that I would be doing with this, and it sounds better from my nice VSTs anyway,
Mm-hmm.
is this ever going to sound as good as a Lexicon or Eventide? Close, but you know, not really. So I vote
Yep.
for the skinny laptop.
Yep. Yep. It makes a ton of sense. Especially since I assume you probably would travel with your laptop anyway, right?
Exactly. I got to do emails. I have to do social media.
Mm-hmm.
I have to call home
Mm-hmm.
with Messenger.
Mm-hmm.
So it's there anyway.
Yep. Yep, makes a ton of sense. And not to mention, I know in one of our conversations you were saying, is it a Reaper power user that you are, or is it a different one?
Cubase.
Cubase, Cubase power user. So you're using all of these VSTs anyway, and you love them,
Already
and
own
you
them.
know how to use them.
Mm-hmm.
And is your Cubase usage mostly tied to since I've gotten the name wrong? Uh, Sorion, your other project?
No, I use Cubase in Nile
Okay,
as well. I write songs with it.
okay,
The Cubase arrangement feature for writing songs is life changing.
wow,
No other DAW incorporates it quite as well as Cubase.
wow.
So for me, I'm a Cubase guy.
Yeah, I love it. That's really cool. Yep. So you're already using the effects anyway, and so then you can use exactly what you were using when you were composing, and just pop it over into Gig Performer. So there's a bit of a workflow save there. If you're writing your own music in a DAW, you can then take that actual live sound with 100% of exactly what you used on the live version, put it into your laptop, and take it with you on stage.
Which is not only sounds great, but it's convenient too. We just eliminated about 100 headaches
Yep.
in being able to use the same thing, and now I can worry about some other thing that I need to worry about.
Yep. Absolutely. Um, it's really great. So, for folks who are watching, we're coming up about the end of our time. So, if you have any other questions that you want Karl to answer, go ahead and put those in the um, chat, so we can have Karl answer them, um, and then we'll kind of go from there. But I have some questions for you, Karl, and this is a question I
Okay.
ask for every Gig Performer user, or it comes on backstage anyway. And every stream I say I should have told them ahead of time to think about this, and I don't. I have to add it to my template email. But um, if you're a brand new Gig Performer user, and perhaps you're a guitar player, you're brand new to Gig Performer, what words of wisdom might you have to help a guitarist get started on the right foot using Gig Performer?
Well, I got an answer for this because it's entirely relevant.
Yeah.
I'm not a Gig Performer power
Mm-hmm.
user. Um, but it doesn't matter
Mm-hmm.
because this program is so user friendly that I didn't have to crack open the manual, watch any videos, or do anything, and I was able to get going just because it's there's a lot of intuitive stuff. Just the way it's laid out, the way it's put together. Click here, you stick a VST there, make a connection. It's simple.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in fact, there's a whole bunch of stuff about Gig Performer I didn't even realize until I watched a few of your backstage episodes,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Wow, it does that!
Mm-hmm.
It does that too, and it does this other thing."
Mm-hmm.
The Gig Performer, it does so many things
Mm-hmm.
that you can use it in so many different ways. Like, not having a copy of a Gig Performer ought to be like a finable offense because it's a tool that can fit into so many different workflows. that this is the VSD program someone should make. This program should
Hmm.
exist,
Hmm.
and I'm glad somebody made it
Yes.
because it's just makes a lot of sense,
Hmm.
and anybody can work this into their rig, no matter what you're doing.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
Even if you're a death metal guitar player with a wall of Marshalls that hates digital stuff, you could still love it. It will still work in your rig.
Hmm. Yep. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. We do have one question. I'm going to bring this in. Multiple heads on stage. Which is the favorite?
The Splawn, the Splawn Super Comp. It's a single channel nitro. Because I don't need a clean channel.
Hmm.
And man, Scott Spawn's amps are just so toneful and articulate. Um, I love them. I can't live without them. I play mine literally every day, like 5 or 6 hours.
Well,
Yeah.
I love it. All right. There we have it. Well, if we have no other questions, then this may be it for us, Karl. Oh,
This is it for us at the end.
knew you'd say that. Um, I mean, it looks like a solid piece of gear too. Um, so that's awesome. Um, Karl, thank you so much for sharing with us. If folks want to listen to Nile, it's on every streaming platform. It's very easy to find. But when is your next tour?
Uh, I think the next thing we're doing is Europe in the spring.
Okay,
So I get to stay home
I love
this
it.
Christmas.
Great. So, folks follow Nile on social media to hear about their tour dates. If you're in Europe in the spring, and if you're not, maybe you should go. Maybe this is the opportunity you've been waiting for. Go to Europe and listen to Nile. And for your side project, Karl, actually, we didn't really get to talk about that. Do you want to just briefly mention what it is and where folks can hear it?
Well, it's the Saurian project. There's 3 albums: Saurian Meditation, Saurian Exorcisms, Saurian Apocalypse. And it's a quiet, acoustic, ambient kind of thing. I started it just to be able to take a break from crushing loud death metal every
Mm-hmm.
day. When you're on tour, you not only have to listen to yourself play all that noise, but there's all the other bands on the bill. There's all the other bands sound checking all day. So I needed some peace and quiet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How do you deal with
So I
coming
made the
down from all
Quiet
of that
Project.
noise?
I don't know.
Okay. I didn't know if you had like any strategies because I assume it's like massive adrenaline and then it's over. And then, how do you calm your body
And
down
then it
after that?
feels all weird. Like when I come home after being in the tour bus for a month,
Hmm.
the house is insanely quiet. Um, and the bed, right? I lay down in my bed at night and it's not moving down the road.
Hmm.
It's just there, right? And that's a very weird feeling. Like this bed isn't moving.
Hmm.
It's not doing
Hmm.
anything.
Hmm. Yep. Yeah. It's stuff that if you know, you know, I guess. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Karl. I appreciate you being with us. Folks, don't forget to check out Nile, check out Sorian. And we'll see you soon, Karl. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Brett.
Yep.